All right, we are live. How's it going, Pam? How's it going? Having a good day so far?
Going good.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm gonna let people kind of take a couple of seconds to kind of tune in. But while we're waiting for that, I just want to kind of introduce you. This is my client Pam. She's a badass. We've been working together for a couple of months now, and it's been awesome, honestly. And yeah, I just wanted to share your story because, like, honestly, I think a lot of people. We're in the same boat that you were. You were in when we first started working together, just in terms of, I don't know. I'll let you tell it. I'll let you talk about it, just because I think that it comes across better coming out of your. Charles just commented here. I'm going to click on it. You see that comment?
Yeah, it fucking rocks. Thanks, Charles.
Charles is awesome. So cool. So yeah, let's jump into it. This is gonna be a fun one. So let's give the audience a bit of a story on who you are. How old are you? What do you do for work, and where are you from? So let's just start there. For a second there, you kind of cut out. Can you hear me? Technology's fun. Okay, you can hear me?
My name is Pam.
Okay, cool.
I am originally from Marshall, Illinois.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm 45 years old. It is. Do we got some problems?
We had some problems for a second there, but I think we're good now. Oh. Oh goodness, it's okay. Technology. She'll be back in a second. And for those of you watching live, I will be reposting this later, just because I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to see this interview. And so so we'll see. She'll be back in a second, hopefully. All right, cool. All right, there she is. Cool. All right, cool. We're good. Technology is fun. It's okay. When I repost it later, I'll edit out all the glitchy parts. Yeah, no, we're good. Cool. So let's go ahead and I don't think anybody heard the first question. So yeah, let's just give the audience a bit of a backstory on who you are. How old are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
Okay. My name is Pam. I'm 45 years old.
Yeah.
I've worked in the medical field for 20 plus years. I'm currently a home health aide to a wonderful little client. I just have one client. That's good enough for me right now.
Yeah.
I've lived in Alabama about 6 years, but before that, I was originally from Marshall, Illinois, and I lived there for 39 years.
That's awesome.
So moving from Illinois to Alabama was quite a transition. I mean, sure. But I love it.
Yeah, no, I bet it's probably warmer there than it is in the Midwest.
You're froze again.
Okay, that's fine. We'll roll with it. As long as we can hear each other, I think that's all that matters. But yeah, so cool. Yeah, so you're representing the Midwest and the South a little bit. Cool. So before, like, you and I worked together, what were you kind of dealing with? Like, what was your biggest struggle in your fitness journey?
Oh gosh, my biggest struggle, eating right. I did not eat right. I had zero energy. I take more naps than the little woman that I take care of. I was so tired all the time. And of course, I did not eat right. I did not cook. And I'm not proud to say this, but like for 4 years, I mean, I didn't cook. And so getting on the right diet, the right nutrition, that has made a world of difference in my energy level. On top of the exercise. I mean, the exercise and the workouts, you combine those two and it's like, I'm a new person.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know. That was one of the big things, like at the beginning when we first started working together. That was kind of like, the main, reason why. It was just like, you were just like so tired all the time, and you were like, I just want to feel, like I have energy again, because you're so tired, trying to keep up with your son and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely, that's awesome. Like,
yeah.
how is that negatively like impacting you? Like not, having that energy and being tired all the time. Can you hear me?
Not having that energy. Just tired all the time. Did not have the energy to do fun things with my family. I mean, if it come down to doing something fun or me laying down and taking a nap, I was like, mommy's tired. Mommy wants to lay down.
Yeah.
And now I have, more energy. I want to do more things, with COVID, it's limited, on what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that when this is all done and over with, my energy level is still going to be there, because this is a new lifestyle.
Oh yeah.
So
you've completely like changed your, like, you went from not really working out that much at all, and well, like you said, eating out and not cooking for like 4 years, to like you're cooking. Yeah. I mean, you're completely, like, you did a complete like 180 in terms of like what you were doing then to where you're at right now, and it's been so cool to see that change, like with you and your
yes.
life.
Yes.
So cool. So so when you and I like first met, like what was your like hesitation to like working together?
Oh goodness. My hesitation was honestly,
because we met through Kiernan.
Yes, we met through Kiernan, and I even messaged Kiernan and said, hey, I'm thinking about jumping on the bandwagon and hiring Austin, because you've inspired me. I've saw your journey, and I knew the person that she was before she even hired you. So I was like, oh my gosh. I mean, she done a lot of it on her own, but then when she plateaued and she needed the help, I mean, to see her then and now. But I asked her, I said, in your honest opinion, is it worth it? And she said, all of it, every penny. She was like, everything. And I was like, okay. I said, and that's just the skeptical in me.
Yeah.
Just coming through. And she was like, oh yeah. She said, and I totally understand where you're coming from. She was like, she was like, but yes, totally worth it. If I wish I would have done it sooner.
Yeah.
So
I appreciate that. That's awesome. Yeah. Because honestly, like, we didn't know.
I mean, I did,
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah. And like I said, I hate to say that, but I did, I investigated you and, and asked Kiernan, and because, I wanted to make sure that, that number one, that I could do it. I basically done it for like self-reassurance, on my part, because I know me better than anyone. I mean, but this journey, I mean, and like, I've signed up for another, 12 weeks. I mean, and I'm psyched about that.
I'm so excited I'm so excited for 2021. It's going to be awesome. Like, we're going to bring, like, 2021 Pam isn't gonna, like, 2020 Pam isn't even gonna recognize 2021 Pam. Like, it's gonna be awesome. I'm so excited to keep working together. It's just,
I too.
yeah, no, that's awesome. And I think being healthily skeptical is a good thing, because there's a ton of bullshit out there. Like, let's be honest, there's a ton of bullshit.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful. Like, there's a lot of people who don't know what they're doing, or they don't know what they're doing, or they're not in it for the right reason. And so they either screw people over, or, your body is in their hands in a sense, like your future health and physical like ability and things like that, that's in their hands. And you got to be careful who you trust that with. That's why a lot of people are so hesitant too, is because that's happened, or they've been burned before by other people that didn't, do what they said they were going to do. And so,
yeah. And one thing that I really liked about you is when we talked, I said, hey, I'm going to go to the doctor and get like a full workup and everything. And you said, make sure they check your thyroid, because at a woman your age, no offense, Pam, but a woman your age, I was like, a lot of people might take offense to that, but I see where he's coming from. So I was like, yeah. And then when I went to the doctor, my doctor said, so you're going to start a fitness journey. And I said, no, I said, I'm going to change my whole lifestyle. I said, this is not just, a fad. I said, I'm going to change my whole lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And she was like, well, good. And she said, well, let's get that blood work going. And I was thinking, Lord Jesus, bring on the needle. Here we go. They took like 8 vials of blood. But I thank God it wasn't my thyroid, and I feel so much better.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. So, and that was the thing too, is like whenever somebody has like really low energy levels and they're feeling really tired all the time, like I, especially just like coming into like working with me, I always like to try to like make sure that, that they are aware of whether or not they might have thyroid issues or not, just because like that is something that impacts so many women and they might not even realize it. Yeah. And then whenever they come into a fitness journey, they don't understand why they aren't losing weight, or they don't understand why they're so tired. And it's because their thyroid a lot of times, and that's not to say that, to use it as an excuse, but it's something that does have an impact on, how well you can lose weight, and it can affect your energy levels and things like that. So that's why I wanted to have you do that in the first place, was just like make sure that everything's all hunky dory there. So that way, we know all the pieces of the puzzle before we start, taking on your fitness journey and your fitness goals. And so, that was definitely something that I wanted to have them check out, just because you were so tired before we started working together. But you're like I'm just sleeping all day, and I'm like, oh man, I want to help you.
I was like, gosh, I'm so tired. And when you put us, or when you ask us to do for the Holislay challenge, and the about, if I can do it, you can do it. I was like, I'm telling you, if it come down, 3 months ago to, taking a nap or going out to my garage and working out, I was going to go crawl back in my bed because my energy level just, wasn't there. And now it's like, my whole mindset has changed. It's, no, you're not going to nap, even though you're tired. You're going to get your butt out there and you're going to do your workout. And then, if you're still tired after that, you have a reason to be tired and a reason to go lay down and take a nap, but you're going to get that workout in. So
no, that's awesome. Yes. I freaking love that. That mindset shift. That's like one of the biggest things.
It is
something like that. That's why I harp on and focus on mindset a lot. Like any of my clients will tell you, I try to incorporate mindset type of training into, just about every week, at least I talk about it in some capacity. Just because before you start working on all this, you got to have this kind of taken care of. So everything kind of falls in line and you can follow through with it and actually, commit to it properly. And so, I love that. That's awesome. So we've been working together for a couple months now. What sort of results have we been able to accomplish since we've, worked together? Because, and I want to preface, your goals were not to lose weight specifically. Yours were to feel better. Yours were to go for body recomposition, build muscle, get stronger, more energy, and things like that. So how has that gone so far?
Yes, yes. My body transformation, it was like to tone up and just be more fit and muscle and tone. And I can tell a difference. I often go back and look at my first set of pictures, and then my second set of pictures, and then my third set. And, like we talked last week, I said, I'm kind of down on myself, about my third set of pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And you were like, oh, I'm going to critique them, and I'll tell you if there's something negative. And you were like, no, you were always, usually how it goes is you're your own worst critic. And when you was pointing things out, I was like, yeah, I do see a major transformation from my first set of pictures to, this current set that we just took.
Yeah.
And another big accomplishment was my diet. I pay attention to how much protein this has, and what's high in protein, because what I struggled with and what I still struggle with is reaching my protein on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And tuna, Starkist,
yeah.
because it has like really become my best friend, because lots of tuna now, and fish in general. But yeah, just I pay more attention to when I'm grocery shopping. I'll get out my phone and I'll scan it. Yeah. And I'm like, yep, that's good. I want that. And sometimes, and I'm not perfect, and this is still a learning process. And I still like my sweets, and my carbs. And like for Christmas Eve, I got a workout in, and so I went hog wild on carbs that night. I had nuts, and I was like, this is my Christmas Eve treat to myself.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing is I didn't go over my carb limit. So I was like, hey, and you're so right. You can still eat anything you want as long as you do it within moderation. And, if you know that you're going to be going out to dinner or something that night, plan accordingly, kind of like slack off a little bit on lunch, have like a light lunch. And that way you can allow yourself to have extra at supper and everything. Yeah. So, and before I would have never, before this journey, I would have never even taken that into consideration. I would have been like, well, I want it, I'm eating it, and well.
Yeah. Well, that's the nice thing is like it puts you in control. Like the knowledge is power kind of concept is like, what's in certain foods now. What's going to help you get your body to where you want it to be, and to help you get stronger and things like that. And like that's one of the biggest things that a lot of people coming into the program realize. It's almost like you pull the curtain back on things, and it's like, wow, like that's what's in food, and this is what I should be eating. And man, like my diet wasn't very good before I started to do this and start to keep track of these things. And for a lot of people, something that you mentioned is protein. Protein, the American diet, people eat protein, but they don't eat nearly enough for the most part. And when it comes to that, that's the biggest thing too that a lot of people need to work on. And like you said, it's a daily work in progress. It's something that we work on, every single day. Sometimes, just transparent, I don't get my protein in every single day. Sometimes, life happens, and that's a part of it. But, as long as you're consistent with it and you do your best to, be mindful of it and to work on, getting that protein in, you're going to be way further ahead than somebody who's not doing that kind of stuff. And so that's for sure. Yeah. Tuna is a lot of people's best friends.
And cottage cheese and yogurt. I mean, those two, my fridge is always stocked with either cottage cheese or yogurt. And usually my lunch consists of, a pouch of tuna and a half a cup of cottage cheese. And then, and it's limited supply, but Chobani, chocolate raspberry yogurt, that stuff, because I was never a big yogurt eater before. And Tony found chocolate raspberry, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm all over that. That's awesome. That's good. So those are things that are always in my fridge. So
yeah, and it's one of those things.
Like, Mom, you're cottage cheese again? I'm like, yes, I am.
Yeah, and it's one of those things too that it's really cool. Like, you mentioned it, like being able to enjoy yourself on the holidays, like, being able to enjoy those things within reason, within moderation, and like a lot of people feel like whenever they're on really restrictive fad diets and things like that, they can't have certain things, and they tell themselves that they can't do it, and then that just makes them want it even more, and then they quit their diet because they're and they're in this like all in all out mentality, whereas it's like like a couple of days off of even if you go off your diet or whatever, a couple of days off isn't going to ruin your fitness journey unless you let it. And so that's the other thing.
And like you and Colton have said before, it doesn't matter if you fall off the wagon, it's getting back up and getting back on it, and one thing about me is I've always been mindful, I've even messaged you before and said, I just wasn't feeling good. I didn't get my workout in, I took the L so that later on in the week I can have the W.
Yeah.
And my mindset before would have been like, I'm so far behind. Why even keep going? But my whole mindset is trained. Like, you know what? I'm not feeling good today. I'm going to take the L so that later on in the week I can have the W. And before, my mindset was like, oh, well, you've already fell off the wagon. You might as well stay off the wagon.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
Just like my whole mind has changed.
And that's huge. That's huge too. That is a crazy like difference. And that's what, that's the difference between, doing some sort of like, get in, get out real quick. I just want to lose 10 pounds, but then probably gain all that back in a couple of weeks, versus a lifestyle change and like making it something where it's like, like what's the rush? Like what's the, like, honestly, like I'm doing this for myself, and I'm, you're not going to care if it took you, like once you get there, you're not going to care that it took an extra couple of days because you were sick. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's
it's not how long it took to get there, it's that you stayed with it and you got there.
Yeah.
That's what's going to count in the end.
For sure. And I was going to mention too, we talked about it pretty quick there, but like your progress your progress photo so far, your progress so far, like has been crazy. Like it's like you look like a completely like different person in terms of just like your full body, like is like, like toned up and built muscle, like all in all the best ways. Like your posture has improved. Like you just look happier and healthier, and just like you know what I mean? Like it's crazy.
Like my first set, I looked like I was mad at the world.
Yeah.
I was just like, and I was frumpy looking, and and I was like, oh my goodness, and I never had paid that much attention to how I looked before. I knew that there were things that I needed to work on, but when I see that first set of pictures versus the ones that we just took, I was like, oh my gosh, just the smile on my face and you're right, my posture. I mean, my posture has just totally changed. I stand upright, my shoulders are back. Whereas before, I mean, I look like Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh. I'm sad and dumpy and depressed.
Yeah. So. Yeah, and you've gotten just so much like you've gotten stronger too. Like you like in all the lifts and things like that. Like one, you're strength training now. You're learning how to strength train. You know how to do a lot of the movements now, and not only that, but you're getting a lot stronger when it comes to those things too. Like you're, almost every like week or every other week, you're just like, oh, I hit a new PR. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Um, um, Before I used to have to like rewatch the videos to like show me how to do the exercises. And now when I go out there, the only ones that I really have to pay attention to are the ones that you have added, and I'm getting my workouts down. I still don't go to a gym because of the COVID thing and everything. So, and I have everything in my garage.
Yeah.
So, but once this COVID thing blows over and I don't have to wear a mask to go to the gym, because that's another thing. Wearing a mask and going to the gym and versus, just going out to my garage where I know I'm the only one that touches that stuff, or Tony's the only one that touches it next to me. So I don't have to wear a mask. It's just me out there. And honestly, with some of the workouts, I have to like really psych myself up and talk myself. And I'm afraid that they would throw me out of a gym if they heard some of the language that I use. Because I really have to. The All Slay challenge, that was just like my neighbors. If they heard me, they were probably thinking, "Oh Lord, we need to call the minister," because I was cussing myself, but I got
done. No, and that's so awesome. That's so funny, and that's the other nice thing too is like what I do is like I work to try and make like a custom plan that works for you. You tell me what equipment you have available, like whether you want to do it at home or at a gym, and I and I make it work for you, so that way it's something that you can do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, so that way you can be consistent with it.
Yes.
So that's right. Awesome. Yeah.
And that is awesome.
Yeah. And so outside of fitness, like what would you say has been the biggest change like that you've seen in your life so far?
Oh, the biggest change? My mindset. I'm happy. I'm happier. I'm more positive. I have a more positive outlook. I have a deeper understanding of self-love. If I can't, I can't be 100% for my family if I'm not 100% in my mind and in my body for myself. I just, self-love, you have to have that self-love, and it's not selfish, there are some days, you have to tell, your children or your family, hey, no, I can't do this because, I've got to go get my workout in because, this is priority to me, so, but once I get done with that, I'll be there for you and we can go here or go there or do whatever you want to do. But right now, mommy's got to go do this. So
absolutely. And it's so important because it's like you're taking that time to invest in yourself and in your own self-care and to like fill up your own cup. But then because you did that, you can be there even in an even better way and an even better like version of yourself for those people because you took that time to fill up your cup. So
and the way I look at it, it's guaranteeing you're going to be around longer.
Yeah.
So
sure. Absolutely. No, that's absolutely true. Cool. So so I've got one last question for you, Pam. So for anyone that's like listening to this, like thinking about starting their own fitness journey, New Year's is like right around the corner. A lot of people are thinking about starting their fitness journey. What would you say to them?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I love that.
Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't say, oh, I can't do this. I'm not cut out for this. Sure. I see all these people, making change in their life, but I'm not strong enough to make that change. Don't self-doubt yourself. Just get it in your mind. You're worthy of it. You can do it. You can do it. You've got to buckle down and you've got to want it. And, the results are going to be, amazing. Just like, in the first 4 weeks, my transformation in my mind and my body, and this was just the first 4 weeks, was just like mind blowing. Just mind blowing. My sister even said, we was talking at Christmas,
Yeah.
and I said, I want to show you my pics. And I looked at him, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, Pam." And I said, "I know." I said, "I don't even look like the same." And
Yeah.
so just don't talk yourself out of it. You can
Yeah.
do it. You can do
Absolutely.
it. If I can do it, and I'm like the nap queen, you can do it.
The nap queen. That's gonna be your new old nickname, Pam the nap queen.
That's right.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah. So I mean, that's all I really have for this interview. I just want to say, like, I really, really freaking appreciate you coming on here and doing this. Like, I was just like, man, you just have like such a unique story, but it's also just like it's something that I think that a lot of people can relate to and take away from it. Like, like going for wanting to have having more energy, going for, wanting to, be there for your kid and be there for your family more so.
Yeah.
And I just want to say thank you for being on here. Like this has been an awesome one. And I'm so excited for the next 12 weeks.
I am too.
It's gonna be the year of Pam. It's gonna
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Nothing's gonna stop me.
No,
I may have to take L some days, but it's gonna be a W for the majority. So
yep, absolutely. Cool. Awesome. Well, other than that, I'm gonna let you go and we'll end the broadcast here. Have a great
All right. See you.
Bye.
Bye.